It's official now. John Bolton just got indicted. Yes, it happened. For those of you who complain, there's no arrests. Well, this is the best one so far. Clear evidence. And we're going to show you how he absolutely broke the law, how he's absolutely on the hook. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. I hope you've shown me how incredibly intelligent you are by subscribing. We have the best community here. Hands down. This is a favor to you saying you should join us and come have fun right along with us. Here's the kind of fun we're having. Here's Trump.
President John Bolton was just indicted by a grand jury in Maryland. Do you have a reaction to that?
I didn't know that. You told me for the first time, but I think he's, a bad person. I think he's a bad guy. Yeah, he's a bad guy. It's too bad, but it's the way it goes.
Yeah, too bad. That's the way it goes. I'm going to show you how that's not an entirely cruel response on Trump's part. It's actually justified because John Bolton said things like this about Trump's indictment from Jack Smith.
The president had a habit of asking to retain sensitive documents. And from time to time, he did that, and we didn't know what happened to them. And it was always a concern that because he didn't really fully understand the...
Look at the eyebrows up on NBC News, this guy. He thinks this is delicious, where John Bolton's going, Trump, he's too dumb. He didn't fully understand, where all these emails were going. Now, this is exactly the same thing that John Bolton was doing. This is his AOL account, got hacked. His classified emails went out to another country. And it's Bolton himself who didn't know how these emails work. The things he's accusing Trump of right now is exactly what Bolton's guilty of. That's why I have zero sympathy. This is not revenge. This is holding Bolton to the same standard that he held Trump to.
He didn't really fully understand the risks to sources and methods and other dangers of revealing classified information, that it might get out to the wrong people.
Donald, oh, sure. You're just so smart. What an intellectual this guy is. Okay, I'm super excited about this post. I'm going to get to this in just a second. Let me show you. This is about Chapter, okay? Some of my seniors, you guys have been complaining you're getting calls, okay? The Medicare enrollment is October 15th to this December the 7th. This is the time when all Medicare recipients are allowed to select their Medicare plan for 2026. Chapter has contacted me just this morning and said that you all are blowing them away with your response. For our channel being as small as it is, we have a huge active audience. That makes me look good. Some of my seniors have complained about the number of Medicare calls they get every day by these really bad companies just trying to make a buck instead of finding you the right plan. Here's the proof. This graphic. This guy up top says, I get about 10 calls a day from these Medicare scammers. You guys are all hearing this, right? The next one says, thanks, Doug. You saved me $75 off a month on my supplemental same coverage. Same coverage, $75 back. That's good money. You can invest that. I responded, thanks, glad you called. If many of you have called Chapter, tell me your response below. I might get you on the show. Chapter called me today and saved me money. They checked 28 different plans to get me set up. Don't wait till the last minute, gang. My audience, you guys should call today because you're blowing them away with how responsive you are, even though the phones can get a little clogged up, for free. An unbiased Medicare help. Dial 631-961-8696. That's the phone number they give just for my audience. 631-961-8696, and tell them Doug in Exile sent you. Okay, now for more John Bolton horror over at MSNBC. Check this out.
Sure. So the part about retention, those seem to completely mirror. That is the statute that, if memory serves, is exactly the same thing that was charged with respect to Donald Trump.
That's MSNBC making the case. This statute is the exact same one that was levied against Donald Trump. And what did Michael Bolton say? No one is above the law, people. We've heard this from them all along. And now look at there's the walrus, Wilford Brimley over there, diabetes. He goes, Bolton is like, this is the weaponization of government. He wasn't there saying that when they went after Trump on the documents on the exact same thing.
As you know, Donald Trump said he shouldn't have been charged and he didn't do it. And there were his documents. And, in spite of the fact that you could see, we all saw images of his retaining documents that were alleged to be of the highest possible classification.
Alleged to be the highest classification. This is fake news from MSNBC because it was Jack Smith who put the cover letter on the Trump documents that said classified, highly sensitive, and he set up a photo op. So this guy's not reporting that. The other thing he's missing is John Bolton is not the president of the United States, and the president has the ability to declassify documents. So if there's talk of like nuclear codes or anything weird like that by Bolton, he's way outside of his league. Trump had the cover of presidency. Here's more from MSNBC.
The former national security advisor to Donald Trump, a longtime federal government official, has been indicted by a grand jury. We are learning that through two different sources from our producer, Hannah Rabinowitz at the Justice Department. And we have confirmed that the grand jury was in today with the lead prosecutor on that case, the same prosecutor who had been on some of the documents of the search of Bolton's house just 2 months ago, or not even 2 months ago, a prosecutor who also has some experience in investigating these sorts of things. He was a prosecutor that was also working on the Biden classified documents.
Now, if the prosecutor was working on the Biden classified documents, and of course he was pulled off of that, right, because of the administration, and then put on the Trump documents, then this is justice and not political weaponization. That's the case they're making on CNN right now, that this guy's doing his job.
Handling investigation that led to no charges. But in this situation, the bulk of this case, it's been going on for several years. And our understanding is that it's about John Bolton's use of an email account with AOL, an email account where he was writing diary-like notes and summaries of his time as national security advisor to himself, at times even sending them to his wife and daughter. And that is the sort of thing that the Justice Department does say frequently, not just in the climate of a Trump administration, that's something that you should not do. We have seen many charges like this before of other high-ranking officials.
So it's completely fair is what she's saying. I love when CNN makes my point for us. She goes, they've said this is common, the way that you get in trouble. You send emails about classified subjects to your wife, to your daughter, and then they get leaked out to everyone. Number one. Number two, this has been going on for years, which predates the Trump administration. So it can't be the Trump administration being weaponized and politicized. Sorry, guys. Now we're going to get back to this is why no sympathy for John Bolton. We are coolly, calmly okay with justice striking him right in the cookie duster. Here he is on Jake Tapper. Again, no mercy for Trump.
Well, I think it's a devastating indictment. It's very powerful in the way that it's portrayed, but it's also very narrow, very targeted. The government didn't throw everything in the kitchen sink at the wall. It has focused.
This is from June of 2023. Say, yeah, we got Trump, totally narrow, totally focused, same as it's narrow and focused right on John Bolton.
Focus this in a way that I think, as a matter of law, is going to be very difficult for the president to resist. I think the real
very
question,
difficult
is the question of timing and scheduling. You know, if Donald Trump were an honest man, if he were an innocent man, he'd be saying, I want the trial within 30 days.
Okay. If Bolton, if you're an honest man, if you're an innocent man, you'll say, I want the trial in 30 days.
I want this cloud removed from over my head. I want this stain on my reputation removed. So we'll wait and see what Donald Trump does. I think he'll try and postpone it to after the 2024 election.
Well, yeah, that was his own agenda because the Democrats only brought it against him to influence the 2020 election. You are not being elected to anything, John Bolton, so no one is trying to put these charges against you just to win an election. They keep making Trump's case more and more, and it keeps making John Bolton look worse and worse by the same standard. Now, this one's awesome too. Check out, here's more from MSNBC. Remember, I prefer making my argument from enemy territory like MSNBC?
Yeah, so John Bolton was charged with 18 federal counts, and I apologize, I'm going to look down. I'm reading this. We're still just getting this.
This is the biggest news to me at all that anyone at MSNBC can even read.
We have the first 8 counts are transmission of national defense information.
Guilty.
The second set of 9 counts, that's counts 9 through 18, is retention of national defense information. And that looks like it's U.S. Code Title 19, Section 793D and E, which is part of the Espionage Act. Now, there was another statute.
He's under espionage. It's a beautiful day. Maybe our justice system is turning around. It is working. Okay. Here's more on how nasty John Bolton was against Trump with Bill O'Reilly has on, who's this? This is former Trump acting chief of staff, Mick Mulvaney on John Bolton. Okay. He has an inside story on how John Bolton was with Trump.
I know Bolton. Bolton would say anything to make President Trump look bad. I don't know what that makes him. I don't know if it makes him a traitor or a miscreant or just an idiot. I'm not really sure, but
it makes him an idiot at least, and a twerp and a traitor to criticize just to make your boss look bad. Makes him a petty, very small man. Makes him politicized behind the mustache. He's just a big Democrat donkey face.
he really, really hates the president. Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's science. They've seen it.
absolutely.
And John
I'm an
Bolton is
emotional
as bad as
malady.
anybody.
Yeah, it's a real thing. It's when you lose control. I don't want Kamala Harris derangement syndrome. I don't want Biden derangement syndrome. I don't want Bernie Sanders AOC derangement syndrome. I don't want to go after them just slobbering, frothing. That's a terrible way to conduct a battle. You don't go slobbering out on the battlefield with no tactic, no. Keep your brain frosty. Don't go deranged on them. Don't go so hateful that you just start spewing anything. Now, on Trump derangement syndrome being real, I'm just going to show you a different case made on Trump derangement syndrome by Tom Homan, who's talking about J.B. Pritzker, where, again, Bill O'Reilly asked, why in the world would Pritzker be against, like, securing the streets of his own state?
President Trump's policies, whether people want to face it or not, is saving lives by the thousands. Under Joe Biden, a record number of aliens died making that journey. A record number of Americans died from fentanyl coming across that border. This administration is not only enforcing law and making our streets safe again, they're saving thousands of lives.
Why do you think Governor Pritzker is so adamant against you and ICE? Why?
Because they hate Trump more than they love the residents of
Is it
Chicago.
that simple, though?
You tell me. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
Yes.
I think any elected mayor, any elected governor, any elected city council person, their number one responsibility is the safety of their communities.
Okay, you didn't quite catch it, but it was under Bill O'Reilly's voice. I don't know, was it TDS? Trump derangement syndrome. And as Tom Homan said, they hate Trump more than they love protecting their own citizens. This isn't politics, guys. This is Democrats are evil. Here's Mike Davis breaking. You guys want some more indictments? Okay. Miami federal grand jury, another one, independent grand jury, not political. Grand jury indicts Smartmatic. Quote, voting technology provider Smartmatic was charged Thursday, why that would be today, with conspiring to bribe foreign officials and money laundering over a decade-old effort to win business in the Philippines, unquote. And you guys are all going to tell me there's no indictment. Well, not today. We got 2 in one day. We're looking good today, guys. No complaining. You be grateful. Okay, here's the last article on it. He's done for. John Bolton's in serious trouble. He's been indicted on 18 counts under the Espionage Act. And that's proof that the universe is healing. I hope you guys have subscribed. Join our membership, the Quad Heads, or at the $14.99 level, you can join Angie and I on date night. Beloved Miss Tenaple and I, we do a live stream Friday nights. I believe it's 7 p.m. But hey, just subscribing is fine. I'll keep bringing you the news, the stuff you really got to know. I do my research on this stuff all day. Big picture things that are about the wins for Donald Trump and how the Democrat Party is done forever. I'm Doug in Exile. Call chapter.